Hi, friends. Thanks so much for joining us. It's Michelle from Creativity for Kids, Faber-Castell, and I'm so excited that Meredith is joining us today because, it's spring, and whether outside your window appears as spring or not, we're going to grow some gardens today. So Meredith, take it away.
Thank you so much, Michelle, and hello to everybody out there joining us today. Like Michelle said, we are going to be working on 3 different little gardens, and they're super cute, and they are everything you need is included. So we have our mini mermaid garden, we have our mini dinosaur garden, and we have our mini unicorn garden. Yay! So let's see, which one should we start with? How about if we start with our dinosaur garden? So these kits, they can be found online or through Michael's in store or online. And like I mentioned, everything you need is included. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. Let's do a top down and we can see what I'm taking out of the box. Okay, so we have our adorable little dinosaurs and a little watering tool. We have sand and more sand and more sand. We have a few white rocks and our chia seeds that are super important because that's what we're growing today. Our soil and our planter. So our planters all look kind of like eggs, and it's the perfect shape to create your own little greenhouse, basically like this. So what we're going to be doing is decorating our little egg and then planting our chia seeds inside and then putting our dinosaurs in to enjoy their new little scene. Oh, and we have some stickers and our instructions. Now, if you do not have this kit, don't worry. It's easy to come up with the components in order to make your own little greenhouse. So all you will need is some soil, some seeds, and any little decorations that you would like to include, and a little container, maybe even like a little peanut butter container or a little dish, anything that can hold the soil and the seeds will work just fine. And you might be able to find stuff like that at your local garden store, or maybe even Michael's might have some of those items as well. So let's get started. All right, before you begin, cover your work area and have a cup of water and spoon nearby. So I have some water here. I actually have a lot of water because we're going to do 3 gardens. The sand and potting mix can be messy, so avoid getting it near your face or eyes. Select which side of your terrarium base and lid will be the front. This will help you plan the arrangement of your stickers, seeds, and accessories. Okay. Before planting, decorate the outside of the terrarium base with the dinosaur tracks. Let's find those dinosaur tracks. Here they are. So these are footprints that the dinosaurs have left behind. So they are like puffy stickers and super easy to just peel off and add to the base of your little garden. So you can just put those all the way around. And they're different colors, so you can create a pattern with using the same colors. Placed one after another like I'm doing, or you can do it random and just place the stickers all over the place. It's whatever you like. So Michelle, growing up, did you happen to have a favorite dinosaur?
I'd say my favorite was a T-Rex.
Oh, really? Wow.
What about yours?
I really like the Brontosaurus because the Brontosaurus has a really long neck. And I just imagined that that neck was very fun for maybe other little dinosaurs, that they could slide down his neck. Although I'm thinking that that might not have happened, but just in my imagination that happened. So I also like the Ankylosaurus. And I just thought that was a cute little dinosaur that was close to the ground and kind of like a puppy of dinosaurs. So that's why I like that one.
Hey, Meredith, when you get a chance, can you hold that up so we can see it a little bit closer?
Oh, sure.
I see a green one, and I'm trying to look at what the other colors are.
Yeah, I'm happy to hold that up.
All right.
So we have our green, we have our blue, we have a red, we have a purple, a magenta, and then we start over with some magenta, some red, green, the blue, and the purple.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Yeah. One more. Let's do another red one. There we go. Okay, so our base is all decorated. Cool. We'll put these aside for later. All right. Now open your potting mix and add a few tablespoons of water. Squish the bag until the mix clumps together like clay. Add more water as needed. Okay, I've done this in the past where I've accidentally added too much water. So I'm going to be very careful not to do that this time. Put that there.
And what happens if you add too much water?
If you add too much water, then you have water that kind of sits down here, and you can actually just like pour the water out. So when you get to that point, you know you've added a little too much water. So I'm going to stop before I see the water start gathering down here.
That was a really helpful tip. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I only know because I've made that mistake before, but it's easy to fix, so it's okay. All right, so it says just a couple tablespoons of water, and I'm actually going to add the water right now, a little bit at a time. So I've added some, but it doesn't feel like it's too clay-like. Only on one side does it feel a little bit clay-like. Over here, it's really loose still. So I'm going to add some water over to that side of the bag now. And you can kind of see if it's moving around like that, it's loose. Oh, there's a clump starting. But if it's loose, then add more water. So we'll add some more water over here. Yeah. And it's really helpful when you're doing this part. If you are maybe not great at adding water into things, I would say maybe add the water over a sink. So you're working over a sink just in case you spill. All right, it's getting more clay-like, and it is very fun to smush in your hands like this. So let's see down here. Oh, I can still see some soil moving around, not like clay. So I'm going to squish some of the wet soil down, and hopefully it will get that dry soil nice and moist. Okay, let's look inside. Oh yeah, it looks like a nice big clump, which is what we want. All right, so now we press the mix into the bottom of our terrarium. Boop. And you can kind of just pour it out. Up in there, soil. So this is what it looks like. And you're going to want to put pretty much the whole bag in there. There we go. And push it on in with your fingers. I love this soil because it has these cool little gold specks in it, and it's just really pretty. And I think that is helpful for the little seeds to grow. I think those little golden flecks actually benefit the growing process of our seeds. Ooh, okay, it's also helpful to have maybe a paper towel nearby. So after you're done pressing your soil in, you can wipe off your fingers. All right, next, sprinkle a few of the white stones across the back of your terrarium. So here's our white stones. Here they are. All right, so the back of my terrarium, I haven't decided which that is yet, but I am deciding now. So this here will be the back of my terrarium, and this will be the front. So it said to sprinkle these in the back. All right. Michelle, do we have any friends out there with any questions right now?
No, we don't have any friends who have any questions. And remember, friends, if you do have a question, just use the Q&A. We can't hear you. So if you raise your hand, we won't be able to help you. So please just type it into the Q&A and we'll try and help. Thanks.
Great, thank you for checking. Okay, so next we get to put our chia seeds. And look at how teeny tiny these are. So it says to sprinkle a few chia seeds over and between the stones. Save the rest to plant for later. Okay, so a good way to not dump the entire bag in here is to just sprinkle some in your hand. Because I have made another mistake in the past where I accidentally put the whole bag in. And it turns out that chia seeds need a little bit of room in between each other so they can grow nice and strong, and they can share the water and share the soil. But if you put too many in, they can't really share things as well, and they don't grow very good. So you just want to put in maybe like the amount that I had on my hand. And this is how much you have left. So you still have a ton left. So after you do this little garden, you can use things that you can find around the house and plant another garden if you want. Okay, so use the dropper to water the seeds. And our little dinosaurs here have the dropper safe and sound with them. Come on out. You're free. Hey, hello. Hi. Okay, here we go. So the way you use this dropper you squeeze the tip of it like this, put the opening into the water, and unpinch it. So now there's water inside. And if you squeeze it, the water will come out. So pinch the end, put the tip in the water and unpinch. And now you'll see that there is water inside. So now we can water our little seeds. And remember, we sprinkled the seeds where we had put the white rocks. We didn't sprinkle the seeds up here because that's where we're going to be decorating with sand. There we go. And I'm getting them nice and wet because this is their first time ever being planted. And we want to make sure that they're not going to get thirsty. So there we go. So I think that was probably about 8 squeezes of our cute little watering tool. So we'll put that to the side. All right, next. Ooh, okay, so decorate the inside, back, and front of the terrarium top with stickers. So this is the top of our terrarium, and it's clear, so sunlight can get through here and reach the seeds to help the seeds grow. So now these stickers, they're kind of see-through-y. So this is the back of the sticker and this is the front of the sticker. So you can use them on the inside or on the outside of your terrarium. I don't know if you can see that, but here's our volcano. And I'll put on the outside a palm tree. Like this. And if it doesn't lay flat, you can peel it up again and lay it flat. There you go. Here's our palm tree. Ooh, a pterodactyl. Oh, I like pterodactyls too.
Oh,
I didn't
do
mention it
too.
was one. You like pterodactyls too?
I do. Once you put that on, can you bring it up to the camera so we can take a look?
Oh yeah, it's super friendly. Hi, pterodactyl.
Oh, look at that guy.
Yeah.
Fun.
If I bring it down a little, it'll focus. No, maybe not. There we go.
Hey, are you going to name your dinosaurs?
Oh my gosh, I would love to. Actually, maybe some of our friends out there would like to help us name our dinosaurs. So if you have an idea for what our pterodactyl, and I think this is a little baby brontosaurus, or our little green T-Rex, or our big brontosaurus, if you have a name for any of our dinosaurs, please type them in and Michelle can share them with us. Maybe I will start with the name. How about this little baby brontosaurus? I think maybe we call him Brandon. What do you think?
That sounds great.
Cool. Do we have any friends' thoughts on a name for our dinosaurs?
We do have somebody who says we like Brandon.
Oh,
Great.
good.
How about Tyler and Maya?
Aw, I love those.
Mm-hmm.
We have Tyler, the Tyrannosaurus, and Maya, the pterodactyl. What do you think about that?
Oh, we could also do Dana the Dino.
Aw,
That's cute.
that's very cute as well. All right, so far this is where we are. Hey. Okay, so now what? So now add the decorative sand. Save the leftover sand to replant your garden as needed. So you don't have to use all this sand. And then we get to put our dinosaurs in. Oh, cool. Okay, so let's do our sand. And I would like to just mention the sand comes in these resealable bags. So if you're not using this, all of the sand, you can put the sand back in this bag and seal it up for later. So, okay, we'll put this aside, put those aside. And I'm just going to try and get a corner of the sand open so it doesn't come out too quickly. So let's see, I think I'll do some stripes. So I'll do a red stripe in the center. Let's hold this up so you can see it a little better. That's really cool. Okay, so I didn't use all my sand. I'm going to put it back in the bag and seal it up. All right, let's do orange next. And just a little opening on the corner. And we'll do our orange stripe over here. Cool. And close it back up. I wonder how many people out there are doing this kit along with me, or if they've done it in the past. If you've done this kit in the past and have grown your own little Chia, please type in and let Michelle and I know. I'd love to hear how your Chia grew and if you liked the experience. All right, and here's our blue. These are such bright colors. They look so good. Okay. Cool. Ta-da! Okay, we have our decorative sand. And finally, we get to put our dinosaurs in. Okay. So who did we say was our Tyrannosaurus Rex? What was this one's name?
Tyler.
Tyler! Hop in, Tyler. Cool. And just push it down a little bit so it stays. Oh, you know what? We might have to do a front facing so you can see. There we go. So here is Tyler in his new little habitat. And we'll add, was this Maya or was Maya the Tyrannosaurus? Or the pterodactyl? I don't remember. Here's our brontosaurus. Yay! It looks like they're having a conversation. I wonder what they're talking about. Okay, so what we need to do now is add the lid. So I'm going to add the lid just like that. And if we can do a front facing again. If you don't like how your scene looks, you can remove the lid gingerly and rotate it until you do like how it looks. You can kind of see these little wavy lines, they line up. So just line up those wavy lines with the top of it, of the planter, and the bottom, and they should be okay. So here you go. So we've just completed our dinosaur mini garden. Now I have something to show you, and we can keep it on front facing. So I already started a unicorn mini garden on Monday, and that was only a couple days ago because today is Friday. And look at what's already grown. Look at how cute. You can see.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was awesome. And it's only been 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. So you can kind of see, there we go. I think it focused a little bit, but these are all of our little chia seeds. So I'm very excited to see them having sprouted.
And
So
did you have to water them?
I did water them, and it's very helpful. The top of our gardens actually have a hole right up here. So you can just stick your little watering tool down and you can water them right from the top, just like that. So I water them just a little bit every day. And you can see in the mermaid one, there's some condensation inside the globe, which is actually a good sign because we want it to be a little humid in here, which means it's a little bit warm and a little bit wet, and that helps our chia grow. So I'll show you the mermaid one that I started.
Meredith, we have a question. Laura wants to know if you need to put them in the sun.
Oh yeah, so you have to put them in like a window where sunlight will come through. And that's what helps these little chia seeds and pretty much any seeds grow. So a little bit of water and light will help these grow nice and big. And I'll show you some chia that's been growing for quite some time. You can see how tall this is. So this is over a week. All of this chia here has grown. So it's very exciting to see things grow. We do have some helpful hints. Michelle, do we have any other questions before I mention the helpful hints?
Not at this time.
Okay, so it says once you decorate your garden, put it up and leave it be to avoid unnecessary handling, and that will help our garden look great. The seeds need a little room to grow, so don't add too many, which we did mention earlier. Oh, for best results, do not put your terrarium in direct sunlight. So that's why it's better to just put them in a windowsill so it's not getting direct sunlight like if it were outside. If your garden is too wet, you may notice fuzzy mold growing on your plants. So all you have to do is remove the lid and let it air out a little bit and wipe the inside of the terrarium lid with a dry paper towel. So that's just normal, and that just sometimes happens. So, all right, should we start a new garden? What do you think?
Would be great. Friends, should we start the mermaid or the unicorn?
Which one should we do? Should we do our, let's see, our mermaid or our unicorn? Which one would you guys like to see next?
We have a vote for the mermaid.
Okay, very good. So we'll go ahead and clear our space a little bit. Now, this is just perfect that we are doing some gardens like Michelle had mentioned. It's springtime, so you might see some things starting to pop up wherever you live, like little flowers or maybe the grass. So I'm so happy to be working on garden kits as the season has changed, now we get to see all of the beauty of nature starting to sprout around us.
That's right. And we'll have Earth Day coming up. And I believe we're going to be doing another type of terrarium for Michael's class.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's excellent. Oh yeah, Earth Day is one of my favorite days because we get to go outside and really appreciate all of what nature has around us. Okay, so let's open this up and see what's inside. Now it's going to be similar to what our dinosaur kit had, but it's going to have some special colors and special unique items that more so resemble mermaid things, such as these really beautiful decorations. And I want to show you right now because they're so pretty. Ooh, look at how pretty this is. This is a pearl colored shell and a sparkly mermaid tail. So when it's time to decorate our garden, we get to add these. So we'll put these aside for now. Our cute little water dropper, our seeds, our handy dandy white stones. Ooh, purple sand, blue sand, green sand like seaweed, our soil, and oh, these are gorgeous. These are the stickers that we can use to decorate the outside of our little container, which I'll get out right now. There we go. Ooh, purple. And then the top of our little terrarium. Okay, so what did we do first? I think the first thing we did was decorate our base. Now, if you don't remember what we did, you can refer to the instructions. So we'll have them just right here in case we forget what step is next. So first we get to decorate the base. Now these are so special. These look a little bit like pearls, but also some of them have this really cool scale. They look kind of like scales, like mermaid tail scales. So these are really pretty. See if you can see. Ooh, okay. So I am going to do a pattern. I think I'll do a blue dot. Oop, I think I peeled that one off a little bit too hard. Here we go. So I'll do a blue dot. And then a pink dot. And then one of these really special scale dots. I don't know what I should call them other than a mermaid tail scale dot. Oh, it's so pretty. And then I'll do a purple. And I think a white. And another mermaid tail dot. There we go. And then I'll start again with the blue dot. And the pink dot. All right, so we have the top row all completed, really pretty. And then for the lower area, I think I'll use the smaller dots and maybe some of these really cool rhinestones too. So let's do the rhinestones. And if you don't use all of your stickers to decorate your base like this, you can always use them on other craft items that you do at a later date. Or if you do end up making another garden, you can use these to decorate the container for your next garden. You just have to hold on to them so you don't throw them away. And we'll go back to pink. Pink is one of my favorite colors, but so is purple. And I really, really like this blue though. This is one of my favorite colors. It's like a turquoise blue. So I have a lot of favorite colors. Okay, cool. So this is what it looks like right now. And you can add as many more stickers as you'd like, but I just wanted to show you what I've done. Okay, we'll put these to the side. Next thing was our soil. We added just enough water so it felt like clay, but not like the sticky clay, just so it kind of clumps together. Because remember, we didn't want any loose soil in the bag, but we didn't want too much water. So we just added a little bit at a time. So here we go. A little bit here. And you kind of have to hold the top of it together and squish it with the other hand. That seems to work pretty well for me. The other thing you could probably do is just cut off maybe one end, like one edge, a corner of the package, and then put your water in there. So then you don't have to hold the whole thing together when you're squishing the soil around. Okay, I can see I still have some loose soil down here. So I need to add a little bit more water. Here we go. We'll close that back up and squish her away. Squish, squish. Okay, a little bit more. And here we go. One more squish. Okay, I think we're pretty good. It looks nice and clumpy in there, which is what we want. And the way I did this last time, I kind of poured a little bit in, but this time I'm just gonna put the opening inside like this. And then just kind of squeeze it out from the bottom. You can even use the bag a little bit to push it down. All right. And then you can use your finger and push it down a bit. Oh yeah, that feels like the right consistency. That's very good. Cool. All set. Okay. Now the next thing we did, I believe, we added, oops, let's wipe off my fingers. We added our white stones. Now, I don't think I mentioned why we use these stones, but we use these little white rocks because they give a layer of, we'll call it filtration. So it allows the seeds to touch the soil, but allows the seeds to kind of stay apart a little bit so they're not touching too much. And I think it helps with the water so it doesn't get too saturated. And if it gets too saturated, then the seeds won't grow properly. So that's the importance of having these white rocks. And that's why we add the chia seeds over the rocks rather than directly in the soil. Oh, okay. So I forgot, what do we do next? Let's see. Let's go to our instructions. Sprinkle a few white stones across the back of your terrarium. Now sprinkle the chia seeds over and between the stones. Okay, I thought that might be the case. All right, and I'm going to just pour them into my hand before I pour them directly into the garden. Okay, so here we go. And then you can just kind of pinch a couple at a time and sprinkle them over the white stones. Whee. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And I can't wait to see some of your gardens. So hopefully you have success with your chia seeds as well. And then you can have a friend, an older friend, take a picture and then put it up on our Facebook or our social media page. So here's our little chia seeds in amongst all of the white stones. Now we need to use our little water grabber or watering tool. And we'll get some water in here to water our seeds. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I think that should be good. Just like our dinosaur garden. All right, and the next thing we do, okay, now we get to decorate using these stickers. So we get to decorate the top of our garden, inside and outside with these adorable little stickers. All right, let's get our friends' advice out there. What should we call our mermaid? What's her name? Does anyone have a thought as to what our mermaid, what her name is? Yeah. Put her down there. Hello.
We have a request that the mermaid is called Nessie or Ariel.
Oh. Well, maybe one of our fish can be called Ariel. This is our fish. Hello. And our mermaid is Nessie. We have another fish and we have a seahorse. How about names for them? What should our seahorse be called? Nessie, Ariel, and
Seymour or Sandy.
Those are perfect. We'll do Sandy. And then our jellyfish over here, Seymour. Oh, and we have a starfish too. There's our starfish. Hello. And inside you can see there's our Sandy, Nessie. What else did we have? Seymour. There we go. And then we have some pink seaweed. Or maybe it's some type of sea life, but I'm not quite sure what. And some bubbles. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And some shells with pearls inside of them. Let's see if you can see that. Kind of. I'll put that on the inside by Nessie. Yeah. All right, so we have a few stickers left and we can use those at a later time. We'll put those aside for now. Okay, the next thing, add the decorative sand and stones to the top of the soil. Save the leftover sand to replant your garden as needed. All right, so we have our green, our blue, and our purple. We'll start with our green. And this time I want to try and make a little bit of a rainbow. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to try and make a little bit of an arch with the sand. So we'll start with a flat line like that. And then I'll make it kind of go out in a little bit of a curve like that. So that's the inside of the rainbow. And we'll put our sand back in our bag for next time. And then we'll do, I'll do purple next. So our next band of color in our rainbow will be purple. Cool. That's working out very well. So that's our purple. And you can do whatever design you want. You could even put a couple different colors in and then maybe use the tip of one of your decorations and you can kind of like move it around a little bit like that. You could actually make like a star. Okay, and one more color, blue. So, ooh, I really like how I use the tip of that. That looks really cool. So here we go. This is the last band of color for our rainbow. Oops.
Meredith, this looks great.
Thank you.
Can't
And
wait to see this grow.
yeah, I really like the design element of moving the sand around, so I'm going to do that again. I've never done that before. I'm glad we're trying new things here. That's pretty. Okay, cool. So let's put our blue sand away. And then we get to add our really beautiful shell and mermaid tail into the sand area. Oh, and actually I see in our little example, someone put a little sticker on the shell to make it look like a pearl. So I want to do that too. So let's see. Here's our stickers. And I think I want to put a white one. Oop. You can just put it right on there and stick. Ta-da! Okay, so we'll stick this one. I'll put that one like that. And then our mermaid tail, we'll put up closer like that. Okay, let's do a front facing. Yay. Let's see if I can get it
Wow.
to focus.
That
Can I
looks
focus it?
great.
There we go.
But remember, friends, you don't want to shake it because then things will move around a little too much.
Yeah, if you shake it or kind of hold it up any further than what I'm holding it, it might make the sand move. So we'll put that down for now. Okay, and then we put the lid on. So let's put the lid on and make sure it matches up. Okay, another front facing. Ta-da! Here's our little Nessie the mermaid in the back, and then our mermaid tail up front and our shell up front, and our little friend, the starfish, and all of our other friends around here. So I will go ahead and put this in a sunny window, but not direct sunlight, and continue to water it when it looks like it might need some water. All right, do we have any other questions, Michelle, or did you want to mention anything else about how wonderful and fun it is to make these little gardens?
So we don't have any other questions, but thank you everybody for joining us today. Please, if you want to share what you made, ask an adult to post it on social media with hashtag Make It With Michaels, hashtag Creativity for Kids, and hashtag Faber-Castell. So thank you again. And remember, these are available at Michaels, and hint, hint, they make great Easter gifts. Aren't they adorable? And Meredith, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Oh, I love doing this. And thank you to all of our friends who joined us today. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.